Hey guys, for more than a decade, Shawn Ellington, better known to millions of racing fans as Murder Nova, has been one of the faces of Street Outlaws. Alongside longtime friend and partner Justin Big Chief Shearer in the early years and later Ryan Martin and the rest of the Oklahoma City crew, Shawn helped build the show into one of Discovery Channel's most successful reality franchises. His blacked-out Nova became an icon on the streets, and Shawn himself grew into a household name in the world of no-prep drag racing. But after 13 years on television, Shawn confirmed the news no one expected to hear. He's out. In a candid livestream, he addressed fans directly, opening up about how he and others learned they were done with Street Outlaws, and why he doesn't hold grudges despite the sudden end. Shawn didn't sugarcoat the situation. He admitted he and his team were blindsided, receiving no official explanation from the show's producers, Speed Promotions, about why their time was up. "I've been fired from every job I've ever had, man. So I'm not too worried about it," he joked, masking the sting with his trademark humor. "It ain't like we won't figure something else out." Still, Shawn admitted that after 13 years, the news hit hard. Racing on Street Outlaws wasn't just a job. It had become part of his identity. "We've been doing this a long time," he said. "You spend the better part of your life doing this, and it becomes who you are. 13 years is a long time." Some fans immediately speculated that internal conflicts, poor management, or declining ratings had led to the show's struggles. Many even accused Speed Promotions, the company currently producing Street Outlaws, of running the show into the ground. But Shawn pushed back against that narrative. "People say Speed Promotions ruined it in a year, but that's not true," he explained. "The same person running Speed Promotions now, Sam, is the guy who started everything in the beginning. Sam and Jen. They didn't have the same funding this time, so they had to do what they had to do. Am I saying it was handled right? Absolutely not. But I'm not here to bash anybody." What stung Shawn wasn't just being let go, but the lack of communication. "The worst part is we got nothing. No explanation. No phone call. That would have been nice after all these years." Rather than venting bitterness, Shawn chose to reflect on the good. He credited the producers for giving him and his fellow racers the chance of a lifetime. "Would anybody know who we are if Sam hadn't put us on TV? No," he admitted. "I'd probably still be building power lines. And I was okay with that life. But because of this show, I got to be a professional race car driver. I got sponsors, fans, and opportunities one never would have had." Shawn pointed out that even those former cast members who now bash the show owe their success to it. "Look at the shops, the cars, the sponsors. All of that came because you were on TV. Whether people loved you or hated you, they showed up because of Street Outlaws." He added, "We were a circus, a traveling circus, and I loved it. I wouldn't trade it for anything." If there's one thing Shawn emphasized, it's the memories. Over 13 years, he's raced across the United States and far beyond, traveling to Australia, Brazil, South Africa, and Canada. "Would I have been to all those countries without this? No way," he said. The fans in South Africa told US Street Outlaws was their favorite show on TV. "They brought us over just to meet everybody. That happened because of the show." He acknowledged the struggles, too: long nights, broken cars, and the grind of constant travel. But he insists the highs outweigh the lows. "When you look back, you don't remember the bad times. You remember the good. And man, we had a lot of good." While the news shocked fans, Shawn admitted the decline had been obvious for months. Low car counts, empty stands, and constant rumors online all pointed to trouble for the series. "Was anyone really caught off guard?" he asked. "The writing's been on the wall. If you've followed us, you've seen it since January." Still, Shawn refuses to buy into the idea that fans or rivals wanted the show to fail. Nobody really wanted it to go under. But sure, some people smiled a little when it happened. That's life. Though his time with Street Outlaws may be over for now, Shawn made it clear he isn't done racing. Far from it. "We're at a racetrack right now," he said during the livestream. "We're still running in Canada, hitting the Midwest Drag Racing Series and planning for the Winter Series. We've got plenty of cars. We're not quitting." In fact, Shawn sees the end of his TV run as a chance to explore new opportunities. He mentioned possibly racing in other series, hitting local no-prep events, or even going back to the streets where it all began. "If one door closes, another opens," he said. "We've got options. We're racers. That's what we do." In typical Murder Nova fashion, Shawn even joked about selling off his cars and rigs if the price was right. "Every car I own is for sale," he laughed. "Even the OG Nova. You'd have to be a dummy to pay what it would take, but hey, everything's for sale." But while cars and trailers can be sold, his love for racing isn't going anywhere. Whether it's with sponsors on the streets or in a different league, Shawn is determined to keep going. "We've known since day one this could end at any time," he reminded fans. "They told us after season 1, don't quit your day jobs, you'll only get one season." 13 years later, here we are. If it's over, it's over. We'll keep racing somewhere. Above all, Shawn expressed gratitude to the fans who've supported him through the years, from the very first season of Street Outlaws to now. "If you're a fan of ours, stick around," he said. "We don't know exactly what's next, but we'll be doing something. Guaranteed." He hinted at road trips, new builds, and shop projects that might even bring fans closer to the team than before. Honestly, a lot of you like the shop and road trip stuff more than the races. Less races might mean more of that. Everyone likes road trips. And while the uncertainty lingers, Shawn promised one thing. We're not done. We're going to race. Somewhere, somehow. That's who we are. For Shawn "Murder Nova" Ellington, the end of his Street Outlaws chapter is bittersweet. He didn't get closure, he didn't get answers, but he did get 13 years of experiences that changed his life. "Everybody says you get 10 minutes of fame," he said. "Ours lasted 13 years. If it's over, it's over. But it's been one hell of a ride." Whether he's behind the wheel of the OG Murder Nova, his blue car, or something brand new, Shawn isn't slowing down. The street racing world that made him famous may have shifted, but Murder Nova is still very much alive and still ready to line up at the next light. For longtime viewers, Shawn's departure also represents the end of an era for Street Outlaws. From the very first episode, his Black Nova became synonymous with the underground drag racing movement the show spotlighted. Fans watched him evolve, from a local Oklahoma street racer working out of a modest garage to a television star with international recognition. 13 years of episodes documented not only the races, but the friendships, rivalries, and sacrifices that came with living life 1/4 mile at a time. The show's format itself may have played a role in its struggles. What began as gritty, street-level competition eventually shifted to bigger productions, professional-level builds, and corporate sponsors. Some fans argue the raw authenticity of the early seasons gave way to overproduced drama. Shawn himself acknowledged that balancing the business side of racing with its pure adrenaline-fueled roots was always a challenge. Despite the frustrations, Shawn's loyalty to his fellow racers hasn't wavered. He stressed during his live stream that he holds no ill will towards speed promotions or his colleagues. In fact, he urged fans not to join in the online negativity that has spread since the cancellation rumors began. "There's no sense in tearing down the people who gave us this opportunity," he said. "We all benefited from it. We should be grateful." Financial realities also shaped the end of Shawn's run on the show. Sponsorships and outside investments played a huge role in keeping the series alive. As he explained, the show didn't get us sponsors, but we wouldn't have sponsors without the show. With production funding drying up, many racers found themselves footing more of the bills, making it harder to sustain the lifestyle that television once supported. One of the silver linings for Shawn is the possibility of reconnecting with fans on a more personal level. Without the obligations of television production schedules, he and his team may have more freedom to attend grassroots races, regional no-prep events, and fan meetups. For supporters who felt the show became too scripted, this could mark a return to the community-driven spirit that launched Shawn's career in the first place. Looking ahead, Shawn hinted at the possibility of diversifying his brand. Beyond racing, he has a popular YouTube channel, a merchandise line, and the Murder Nova brand itself, which continues to attract loyal supporters. By leaning into digital content, he could control his own narrative, share behind-the-scenes projects, and interact directly with fans without relying on a network's approval. Ultimately, the Murder Nova legacy extends beyond Street Outlaws. Shawn's story is about more than being fired from a TV show. It's about resilience, reinvention, and a passion that can't be contained by one series. Whether he's racing on a small-town track in Oklahoma, traveling overseas to meet fans, or simply wrenching on a new build in the shop, one thing is clear: Shawn Ellington isn't finished writing his racing story.